Hey there guys, Triptychs here with another Fleet Ops audio commentary. It has been a long time since I had a recording. I've had multiple mics die and be replaced since then, and I'm on a crappy webcam mic right now, so I apologize for the audio quality. This is a 3 vs 3 original Fleet Ops game on binary protostars, and our teams are, top team is Chips, Foo Fighter, and Star Master Prodigy versus the bottom team, which is Sig, Martok, and Shadow de Grey. Now let's all forget these immediately. Okay, so Chips is Federation. This was Martok. No, sorry. Foo Fighter is Borg, and Star Master is Dominion. He is a green Dominion, so we might see a speed upgrade later. On the bottom, this was Sig, who is also Dominion. His ally Martok, that's where he was. He was Feds. And then Shadow is Dominion. Oh boy, so a lot of Feds and Dominion heavy this game. I didn't see exactly who random, but we have no cloakers. So, man, it's going to take a minute. I apologize. It's been many years, and I no longer try to be as professional as I once did. It's better, you know. In the old days, I tried to be professional and failed. In the new days, I don't try. And in any second now, we're going to find out what avatar Chips is up here. He is Mason, so we have a Mason Fed over here. And this map, you'll see everybody has a natural expansion a bit forward, and then there are mid pairs where the wing players have two, and then the center players have two options here. So for Chips, I'm expecting to see some early turrets up here, which will make it very easy for him to hold his expansion, and then maybe some weapons. In the middle, Foo Fighter is getting his... Yes, that's where. Foo Fighter is actually assimilate board, so we might see some early assimilator play. This is a bit tricky because there's a very long run distance in this map, so assimilators with their low speed are going to have a very hard time doing early aggression. We'll see how that works out for him. Also, Federation and Dominion also both have pretty good high crew options, which can make it very hard for simulators to do their job. Over on the right, Star Master Prodigy, he's okay, yeah. It takes a while when you're Breen to get your first prototype, but he's getting a second one, so we're probably going to see a heavy S2 spam. And Breen Avatar S2s get a +2 bump in their offense because they're carrying torpedoes. So they have, what, 27 offense? They're very nasty. S2s are a very extreme ship because they're fast, they're short range, they do extreme damage, but they're also very low on defense, so they die fast. So if there's enough of them to overwhelm the enemy, then they can be very dangerous, but if there's not, then they just die. And Shadow, his counterpart, is PureTech Avatar, but he is also going S2. So his are going to have slightly lower offense, but the prototype was cheaper. I think in that particular case, the Breen have a bit of an advantage with that offense buff. But we're going to see S2 versus S2. That'll be very interesting. Over in the middle, this was Martok, and he... Does he have... Yeah, there's his yard. Okay, he's Mason. When you're doing a warp-in build, Mason tends to be better just because it gives that little bonus to the monsoons is really the only thing you care about. But it's significant because the difference between 18 defense and 21 defense on your monsoons is huge when the monsoon single-handedly counters every long-range ship on the enemy side. And that's the only thing that matters because they both have the same warp-ins. And bottom left, this was Sig. I am slowly remembering. Sig has gone... He is PureTech Avatar, but he's getting bugs, which in base Fleet Ops are extremely cheap and extremely easy to kill. Typically, your rate of production when you build bugs is just so low that you may need to get 2 or even 3 yards. I'm expecting this to be a stopgap measure until he goes for large yard, probably, although he has not built a tech lab yet. Up top, Mason Monsoons. Surprising to not see Starfleet Science going for Starfleet Command. Looks like Chips is not going for a Starfleet Command Rush. He's actually just double yarding Monsoons, which will be very dangerous. Monsoons versus Bugs, I think the Monsoons have a bit of an advantage just because they have the defense value, and the Bugs are just so low on defense. Ooh, nasty catch here on Shadow's scout across the map. It's a nice little pickup from the top team. Okay, 24 is the collective connections of an assimilator for the assimilate avatar. So as of this moment, he could build an assimilator. His resources are kind of low. I didn't see, but maybe he went for nodes level 2 already, using his starting resources. Or maybe... no, he's only got 4 miners. I'm thinking Foo Fighter must have gone for nodes level 2, which will give him very good income, but he has no money in the beginning. It will be a long time until he's able to contribute to any fights. Oh, no, never mind, I stand completely corrected. He built a scout cube. Which is actually, wow, this is a... What? Why is... Who is it shooting at? Oh, okay, so Shadow shows up to this fight, kills Prodigy's S2 prototype, which is really nasty. And this scout cube has been shooting this entire time, and yet it was still not enough for the top team to overwhelm. However, with its move speed, oh, it got away! A moment of indecision, and the prototype is probably going to get away. Although if he chases it all the way down, he'll get a couple shots on it before it turns into the yard. Now the prototype only is required to queue up additional builds. So as long as these ship yards all have full build queues, it doesn't really matter that the prototype is dead. In fact, funny story, for the PureTech, they actually wouldn't mind losing it because the PureTech prototype is actually cheaper than a regular S2. Although that's not the case for the Breen. So let's see. Intercept Scout Cube is going to be very, very dangerous against Monsoons and against S2s. So this little Scout Cube here is actually a very hard counter given what's going on in the game right now. So it may be that Foo Fighter wants to not even go for his assimilators and instead go for Scout Cubes. I don't know if he'll realize this. But he's just... Yeah, and the bugs too. So like, honestly, he should just build Scout Cubes, nothing but Scout Cubes, because they just happen to counter everything that's going on in this game right now. Starmaster Prodigy getting up another yard. This is going to be very effective for repair, however, he can't build S2s out of it until he replaces that prototype, which he doesn't want to do. So he might just build bugs or go into something else altogether, we'll see. And this is where a lot of things are going to start happening all at once, so I'm going to try to report briefly on everything instead of detailed on a few things. Looks like Sig has actually gotten a decent mass of bugs here, just because of the way, well, actually, he's facing a ton of Monsoons, but they're just not collected yet. So the bugs can fight a bit aggressively right now, but the thing is, they're not going to kill the Monsoons, because the Monsoons has 21 defense, and the bugs have 11. Oh yeah, he even goes for a ram. Federation ships are a little bit more vulnerable to ram because they have lower hull, but unless you get the complete kill, it's not that useful. And these, ooh, this is where it's getting bad. Because of the way defense values scale in this game, 21 defense is more than twice 11 defense in hit points. So these Monsoons, there's just going to be no way the bugs can kill them. The bugs would need twice as many. No, don't ram! Well, he rams, gets weapons. But yeah, you would need twice as many bugs as the enemy has Monsoons in order to fight this. Okay, over here, another Scout Cube has come in. Ooh, ship gets into a repair yard. This could very quickly turn bad for Shadow since his ally... where are the... I don't know. Okay, the warp-ins are going to be effective. But Shadow's going to lose ships. Ooh, a Scout Cube dies very fast when those S2s turn on it, though. You'll see the firepower. Yeah, oof. The firepower of these S2 cruisers is just insane, especially since he does have their special. And these scout cubes are not easy to replace just because of the collective connections that go into them. However, he's also killing Starmaster Prodigy's S2s before they get into the yard, so this is turning, I don't know, I think this is mainly in favor of the bottom team. Although the quantity of S2s on the top team is still pretty high, and they're getting into repair yards, so it's tricky, it's tricky. The other problem is these Federation ships can't get away. So this is very quickly turning in favor of the top team. These Fed ships need to start running now because the S2s can run them down and kill them. Oh, there's a valiant attempt. They might get a kill on this S2 if they focus on their firepower, but now the Feds are turning away. I know I just advised you to do that, but that was a very bad time to do it. Okay, well, the Feds are getting out. Yeah, there's also a lot of monsoons in here from Chips. He's got monsoons all over the place, and it is true. Even though the scout cubes have really good firepower against these monsoons and S2s, they have to play extremely carefully because they will also die in a heartbeat. And given the rate that he is... What? But how? Oh no, Foo Fighter's been using the special ability of the board called Resistance is Futile. It takes up your resources and gives you instant collective connections. So that's how he's been pumping out all these ships. He's just been using Resistance is Futile over and over and over again. The thing is, it's really expensive. So now Foo Fighter is going to be out of collective connections and resources for a while. However, the tide has turned. The monsoons have just become way too much. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 monsoons. 3, 4, 5 S2s. There is too much here for Shadow to repel. He can continue building, but he's going to lose stuff. And this entire time, Starmaster Prodigy is starting to mine a bit more. In come the Feds. You need Allied Repair on here. However, he's lost the prototype. So if Shadow cancels all these ships to build Allied Repair, he can't rebuild them until he gets a prototype. Which, once again, isn't that bad because the prototype is actually cheap for him. But it does take longer to build and take a lot of supplies. So the bugs have come in. All of the players, all 6 players have gotten involved in this fight now. Yeah, they can kill this S2, chase it down. Okay, proxy torpedoes go out, now you need to go back. So what's going to happen now is it's going to be a big matter of supply. You see Prodigy is supply locked. He's going to buy, but he'll need to get more tritanium for that. And since he's focusing on die mining, he doesn't have the tritanium. On the other side, Shadow's going to run into the exact same problem. Which is a bit surprising. I'm kind of surprised he has extra dilithium, given his economy. He did spring for the Tech Lab and the Alpha Sketrosol White, which Prodigy did not. So Prodigy has used that to get extra ships. Ooh, that's bad. That's bad. Cancel that, get in the repair. They might get the kill. Depends on if there's proxy torpedo on these monsoons. There is not. And so I think it's going to get it. Ooh, close. But I don't know, that construction ship tanked for a fair bit of firepower. A lot of bugs are going to die. There's a monsoon getting out though, and every single ship that gets out is a good save. Firepower on the scout cube, but yeah, the bugs just die so fast. And I don't even know if they're going to get the scout cube. Oh, well, they probably will. There's monsoons here. So another scout cube dies. Yeah, Foo Fighter's just taking a lot of beating. However, now this is going to turn against the top team very quickly. The S2s can try to run. You're going to get out. Maybe you actually will with that one. Oh, it's the prototype too! Oh, one shot! Gets it! Yeah, and now, oof, yeah, the repair yard is going to do its thing. This constructor might die. Yeah, it's going to die. So the S2s are not really replaceable because Prodigy still doesn't have the supplies to replace them. And so this does turn in the favor of the monsoons here. But I thought there was another player. The bottom team have really gotten knocked out of this fight. Oh, and these monsoons are gonna... Yeah, this has gone in favor of the top team very heavily. There might be another warp in ready, yeah. Martok needs to remember that and warp in again really fast here. He needs those free ships. Because, oh yeah, this is just way against them. We see some bugs ramming a constructor, I think. You probably didn't need to ram there. Oh, and the constructor's still building the platform even as it drifts away from it. But yeah, I'm sorry, the bugs are not good. And the bombers, no, the bombers are terrible against monsoons. I'm sorry, and this is one of the issues with Dominion early game. They don't have hardly anything that can counter monsoons. Basically, the only ship that does okay against monsoons early is the S2. And the S2 is technically countered by the monsoons because it takes extra damage from short range. So Dominion against monsoon spam have almost no options at all. This is actually remedied a bit in Triptychs mod where I buffed the bug. So in Triptychs mod, the bug is actually a decent counter to the monsoon. But yeah, this is not going to go well. The top team have overwhelmed the bottom team. The Galaxy is getting physics blocked from the yard, and now they have the critical mass. Even a veteran S2, it's very nice. Disables weapons on ships with torpedoes, by the way. So that basically means as long as this is here and they have this advantage, they can always shut down weapons on things like that Galaxy. So yeah, down here, Martok did remember to use his Warpin again. But there's just, that's the thing, is the monsoons are so cheap. They build slowly, but when there's 2 yards building them, and now 3 yards building them, oh, they actually did get wiped out. Oh, this was actually Sig's turret. He actually turreted up the enemy base. I didn't recognize that. Well, he's won this, but at what cost? There's, every single ship that comes out from the bottom team now is getting killed. And you see, because of this setup, they can focus very heavily on offense. Apologize for that. I just clicked outside my screen, which instantly ends the recording. But yeah, we can see the top team have been able to take a moment to get some economy going. And all Foo Fighter has to do is build more scout cubes with maximum offense, because they have 22 defense and the monsoons have 21, which means they tank for them. And Shadow's calling it. So yeah, at this point there's just too much firepower on the top team. They've got a death ball rolling. But good game, guys. This is Triptych signing off.